Yo, what is up, bros and girls of the Mirko? Welcome to the final week number 9, Mir recap. Today, we got the person y'all have been asking for. A lot of people have been asking for you, brother, man. And yeah, it's Cheffihn, the man with no filter. How you doing, Cheffihn?
Decent enough. Let's
Decent
put it
enough?
that way.
Are you happy? Geek Fam made it to the playoffs.
I'm happy for that, but like there's a bit of stuff going on yesterday. I don't think we can go into that.
All right. I mean, technically it was shown on broadcast.
Maybe there will be more filters from now on.
Maybe there will be no.
Unfortunately.
Type 1 in the chat if you guys want no filter Cheffihn. Type 2 if you think he should be filtered a bit. Anyways, I hope the filter stays off for this episode because I want to know your brutally honest thoughts on all the teams. And we have, again, a lot of teams that we've listed in my power rankings. Unfortunately, I think we got it pretty accurate, actually. No, NAVI were A tier last week because of their crazy win streak. RRQ are no playoffs. We put then every other team in B. So I guess now we don't look at the power rankings, but instead we go one by one for the playoff teams first, all right? Let's talk about the playoff teams. And mainly I want to know what you think is their major problem this season and what you think needs to be done for next season. So you can say keep roster, keep coaching staff.
Even for the playoff teams or?
No, just for the 3 teams that didn't make it to playoffs.
Okay.
So I guess we start with RRQ. I've heard a lot from Arashi about RRQ. But from you, Cheffihn, what do you think is the problem and what would you do if you were RRQ management?
Oh shit. I mean, there's too much problem to begin with, I think. I'm not sure about like pinpointing a single problem is good for RRQ right now. There's got to be a lot of shakeups in the next season, I believe, but I don't know if this is a hot take or not. We're starting it with a bang. I really think that they should still trust Rins and EDOC, man.
Wow.
I can't, like, seriously, there's no way they're falling off this low and they can't really retain their class anymore. At one point, I genuinely believe for a short period of time that EDOC is a better roamer than Keyboy. He's top 3 in the world at one point of time. I just can't believe that they fall off so super low this season. I'm not sure what's happening. Maybe, unfortunately, all we can do, maybe you know better than me about what's going on in the background in the kitchen, but I don't know anything about it, so I can only assume on, what's actually happening. I'm just gonna assume there's a problem there, but I think the next question would be next season. Does Cascute stays?
Yeah, obviously everybody has voiced their opinion online. They've voiced their opinion online, saying like some people say Cascute out. I think most people say Cascute out. Most people say NMM and POW, entire coaching staff out.
Oh shit. I don't know, man. I feel like for a man of Cascute caliber, 2 failure season is kind of unacceptable. I feel like if you ask Cascute as well, he would probably say the same.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong for a coaching staff shakeup. And to be honest, if Cascute goes from RRQ, he would probably find a job immediately on other teams.
Yeah.
Despite
teams will be looking for him for sure.
All the other all the things that's happened over the past two seasons for RRQ, he is still one of the better minds of MLBB in Indonesia. Coaching staff of the season 3 times. You can't really get that if you don't have a working brain. So I guess, I think it's time to go.
Ooh, damn. I thought you were going to say, I guess I'll still keep him or something. Okay, time to go. So with NMM, with POW, the entire coaching staff? Or would you like...
I mean, it's Cascute and NMM. They're the package.
Right.
So I'm going to assume they're going to stick together from now on.
Cascute, NMM out.
Maybe.
Yeah? Okay. So, Rins, EDOC stay, rebuild around Rins and EDOC, and Cascute, NMM out.
Yeah, again, the Rins EDOC thing is not really... I don't really have an evidence of that supports my opinion here. It's just purely on feeling and also bias at the same time. So I'm not sure if it'll work out, but I think they should still trust them.
Yeah, that's fair. I think for me, I've already said my 2 cents about RRQ a couple of times here on this podcast. It's very sad to see how the team has, performed this season. It's very, very whack, right? I actually thought that coming into the season, they'll be like A tier, a mid-table team. They
Makes
would
sense.
do well. The roster doesn't look that bad until you realize, oh shit, maybe it is that bad in the first few weeks. But then it kept on getting worse. But then it got better. So now it like makes me question myself, right? Like
Oh
who
yeah.
to rebuild around? Because in the last few matches they were decent.
Oh,
They were
I
decent.
think more than decent, to be honest.
They were good. You would say good.
Yeah.
I think they were good when they had Super Dan. When they had Kuroki, they were still just decent. They were just when Kuroki gets Phoveus, it's still okay.
Yeah.
But everything else that he gets, it's cooked, right? So for that reason, I think I'm just like confused now. Also, I think the time when I did it with Arashi, I said rebuild around Edok, right? Keep Cascute, keep NMM. That's what I said.
Yeah.
But then after seeing how Edok played in the last few weeks, I was very disappointed. And then he performed against Alter Ego again. And then like there's always like back and forth.
Yeah.
So I think I'll agree with you on that part, but I don't agree with Rins, unfortunately.
That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I only said Edok at one point in time was better than Q-Boy. So it's more like they're again Cascute and NMM, Rinse and Edok. They're the same package.
Right.
Sans and Q-Boy.
Right.
I'm not comparing Sans and Q-Boy with Rinse and Edok, by the way. It's just like that kind of vibe, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta take two at the same time. They've been there for a while, even on other teams.
Yeah.
So maybe there's still some synergy value left
For sure.
on both of them.
Maybe. But I think it's just Edok to take, especially because Yehezkiel has done better than Rins this season.
True. Very much
I don't
true.
know if they're going to keep Yehezkiel, but probably. I think Yehezkiel, Edok then together, right? They're going to have to rebuild the synergy, and everybody else needs to go, I think.
Damn.
Now, even my GOAT Super Ken,
Oh.
I mean, I got this jersey because of Super Ken in RRQ. I literally asked
Goddamn.
RRQ, yo, I'm so Kingdom this season because of Ken. And to see him perform the way he did, like the done deals on Baksha, it was only one time that he won. The done deal was only once. Every other time it was a done deal for a loss for Mr. Super Ken. So yeah, Super Dan, even though he's improved, even though he's great on Phoveus, Kuroki is pretty good on Phoveus too.
Pretty
I think it
good.
was more of a hero thing. Claudio, don't step on the keyboard.
Hey, gotta give the credit where it's due, man.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
Shout outs to Kuroki, shout outs to Super Dan. When they get on the Phoveus, it's great. But also when everybody gets on the Phoveus, it's great. So it seems in Indo. So yeah, I'm just gonna say Edok, Cascute, and MM. And I've seen people criticize online. They talk about why the hell would you keep Edok? Edok is so trash this season, blah blah blah. And I'd have to echo the same opinion as Cheffihn there. It's because of his past form.
Yeah.
Yes, this season is horrible, but when you play with your whole team and your whole team's dog shit, right? Everybody's gonna be dog shit. It looks that way because everybody's just absolutely out of form right now. But we've seen peaks, and in that roster, there was two peaks: Dyron and Edok. I'm still kind of mad that they didn't keep Dyron, by the way. I'm still super pissed off about that. Anyways, that's it. I hope Dyron comes back. He's done amazing in
Hopefully,
RRQ Tora. I'd say this. Dyron was the best XP in Indo. Season 14, 15. Well, 16 didn't play much, but 14, 15.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Yeah. Dyron was so good on every level. Engages, he's great. Playmaking, he's great. Carries, he's great. Yeah, there were a few throws here and there. But look at the roster of RRQ. They all threw at some point. Rins, right? Like, you still keep Rins, but you don't want to keep Dyron. It's so weird.
I mean, Rince had the peaks as well, man. At one point, the first phase Selena ban was there.
Yeah.
So that's why I was still trusting Rince, I'm sorry.
Okay, so that's it. You will keep Rins Edok, rebuild around Rins Edok.
Yeah.
I just keep Edok and Cascute NMM. You sack them, right? Let's move on. Oh, to 8th place, Navi. Ooh, this one's
Fortunate.
weird, but hey, you just beat them yesterday, Cheffihn. So
Uh-huh.
I think you should speak on this.
I think there's no need for a rebuild, man. Like,
Hmm.
seriously, no shakeups at all.
But listen, right? Like, I mean, there's no reason for a rebuild this season for Navi because this season they're cooked already, right?
Yeah.
Before they swapped out Jize and Zeon.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you go for even better components if you were Navi? Like, you have a long time. Remember, it's not just like 2 weeks and then we get
That's
into
true.
season 18. You have
That's true.
what, 2 months, 3 months maybe
Around
to
that-
rebuild
around that area.
a new lineup. So, what would you
Yeah.
do?
Unfortunately, Ukir, I don't think after how
seen
Jize
Jize,
performed, I'm not sure if he's gonna be here next season MPL Indonesia. I would welcome him for maybe more like a veteran role, and being a sub. You know, that kind of experience is always needed in MPL Indonesia, especially if you have a lot of youngsters in your roster. Andoryu, bro. should you keep Andoryu? I think that's
Damn.
my question. One of remember when I asked you like who is the least impactful member of Navi?
Oh, you were trying to put it on Andoryu?
I
Isn't
was
it?
thinking of Andoryu.
Oof.
At least in the final Navi roster.
The final Navi
the
roster. Yeah.
latest weeks of Navi.
Yeah, with Zeon, Cars, Gize, Apro.
And I'm not saying Andoryu is bad. It looks like all other members are just they're shining even more. And why not? I think he's done a pretty decent job at Navi, despite kind of like they're now a lower seed compared to last season, right? Last season they made it to the playoffs, but I think in the draft itself, a lot of times we've seen the brilliance of why not, right?
Right.
The Barats pick was pretty questionable.
Yeah,
I remember
don't know about
KB
that.
saying that it's actually a pretty good pick. I can see why he would say that. I believe last stream, he said it was a good pick, right?
Yeah, I disagree.
I also disagree. I think it's a bit too one-dimensional. I can see the idea though, because they
Yeah.
want to snowball through early game
Yeah,
objectives.
they want to have
That's
the
it.
anti-ICC against
Yeah.
Olivier.
But unfortunately, Poloski happened.
Yeah, and also no movement, right? Like just on the base level. That's how I see heroes first. I see in the base level, right? That's why even after that, when I was watching the final game, Wolf called out a couple of like picks, and he called it right. He picked up Terizla for Navi, and I was like, but why? And he tells me the reason. He's like, oh, it's good for the body of Smith passive. It's good against the Claude, yada yada. But also, it's like I look at it base perspective. I see those things. Yes, I can hear it, and like when he explains it to me, I'm like, okay, I understand. But also against a Harley and Claude, if you're just going for a tank, might as well just go for another tank. You know?
Yeah.
Like I don't see the angle of like, oh, it's just because of the passive and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
no, especially because Terizla is a hero you want to lock people down with.
Yeah. I think people kind of forgot that it's not only how good the hero is in team fights, it's not how good the hero is when things are happening.
Yeah.
But you also have to realize when things are not happening, what does the hero offer?
Yeah.
And Terizla barely
Exactly.
offers anything. Like the
Nothing.
wave clear is not really that great either at this point.
The laning was like top tier back in the day,
Yeah.
but not even now. But yeah, back to your point. Why not?
I think should stay. I think once again, it's more of a bias for me. We don't really have a lot of personalities from
Yeah.
other coaches out there. It's always nice to see why not on the mic.
Yeah.
He's very positive. He's always cheerful. Always trying to support his team. You can see that he's a leader. He's a leader down to the minute detail. He trusts his teams. I like it. I like it. That's why I wanna see why not more in MPL in this season 18 potentially. Not even from the strategical side. On that note, on that point though, like he's already really good at that.
Right.
So why wouldn't you not keep it?
That's true. I think it's very, very fair. I was also about to go to that point, by the way. Like, yes, I think Andoryu isn't unimpactful though. Like, I think he's very impactful
Yeah.
because he throws sometimes.
I said the least
The
impactful.
least
Does not
impactful.
mean
The least
he's not
impactful. Yeah.
impactful.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. They're going to clip you out of context anyways. I think, though, I agree with that point. That's what I was going to say. Like, who are you going to swap, members for? You're going to be looking for the best in every role that you can get, right? I think if there's a jungler that is open to joining Navi, that is better.
Fabian?
Huh?
Fabian?
I don't know about Fabian. See, I would take Andoryu over Fabian, bro. Because Fabian is amazing on Assassin. I'd say better than Andoryu. But on utility, you never know what the meta is going to be, right? If the meta is purely Assassin, and if you can guarantee that, I'll take Fabian any day. But Navi have had links with James Panks before.
Oh, the
They've
failed
had-
move.
The failed move. They've had links with James Panks. And I think this season, isn't it like the way to go? Everyone's going to be looking for James Panks. So I think, again, Navi were ahead of their time at that time when they scouted James Panks.
Damn.
Unfortunately, the move didn't happen. Now with Why Not as your coach, right? It's not just, it's not an Indonesian coach. It's not someone that you'll have trouble dealing with. And I know for a fact, Why Not can make a superstar out of a potential jungler. We've seen it before, King
Yeah.
Kong, right? So I think this should be the angle for Navi. They should try their best to get Panks. Because
I like
imagine this roster with Panks.
I like it. I like it. I think the only worry that you have for James Panks is the comps. As always, when you have a Filipino jungler coming in, that's been the trouble for most of the time. I think Andoryu, despite him already being an MPL ID for a while, there's still some kind of like, I guess, ceiling in how much you can communicate, right?
Right.
You might can communicate like the basic Indonesian, but the very detailed comms, like you move here, you move to this bush, we're gonna wait for a few seconds, like yada yada yada. I don't think that's possible for Navi yet. And people have been talking about James Banks to RRQ as well.
That's why everybody's going to be looking for
I don't like
James
James Banks to RRQ, man.
You don't like James Banks to RRQ? I don't think even James Banks would entertain the move though. Because he was already like he thought about Navi. He thought about like, oh, I don't want to go. RRQ, especially considering the track record of imports, Irad, Brusco, Dan now, Pau right now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's I agree with you. I don't think James Banks is going to RRQ.
But
if you were RRQ, you would still go for him.
Yeah, but I kind of feel bad for RRQ at the same time, and just going sidetrack for a little bit here. But yeah, at this point, do you even want to play for RRQ?
Oof. The pressure is
monetary.
ridiculous.
Yeah, monetary values. Then sure, you're gonna get paid, but the pressure in social media every time you make a move. You remember what happened when Kuroki? Yeah, it was a single tap. You know how crazy if you break it down. He just missed tap, and it leads to, it snowballs to thousands and thousands of hate comments for him. That's it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I think for the longest time, that's been the case for RRQ. They've had unreal expectations. And it's because of their success in the past, right? Like their prior success before the new roster. But then also the season 14-15 roster did things that I think really destroyed the expectations of the Kingdom. Because they were like, okay, 14-15... 14 especially, we're not going to expect anything, right? And then they went out to be number 1 regular season, almost champions, first to match point as well, right? In the grand finals. Same goes for season 15. No Skyler. They're like, okay, we're going to be shit this season. First regular season, first to grand final, or not first to grand finals, but first to match point in the finals. So the expectations just like kept on growing.
It's always this time for sure.
Exactly.
This time for sure.
It's Arsenal. It's Arsenal. It's actually genuinely Arsenal, and they've only won domestic trophies, right?
Yeah.
No? So, RRQ, yes, it's very tough. But having said all that, I think, again, we're going on a loop now with Navi and RRQ. It's still, this is the best time to join RRQ. They are 9th place.
Oh, that's actually true.
Right. There is no expectation coming into next season. Well, the expectation is make it to playoffs. The lowest expectation for RRQ ever.
Yeah.
Since we've joined, at least, MPLID.
Yeah.
So, if James Banks, imagine, he comes in, any jungler, any player, any coaching staff, they come in, they make it to playoffs, they will be gods. Yeah. They win forever.
I don't think the Kingdom, even expects like upper bracket or anything. Like they would take 6 seed.
Exactly. And
they would take anything in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I like that way of thinking. I agree.
So now back to Navi. We got sidetracked a bit for RRQ. Navi. Would you just, change the jungler, that's it, and then you would keep everyone else?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we move to the final team who didn't make it to playoffs. I think this will be the longest segment for because this is a spicy one, man. Alter Ego at 7th place. Yikes. Big yikes. I didn't expect them to make it to playoffs. I put them number 2, number 3 as
makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense after M7 chat, right? But damn, it's so sad to see. Let's start with, what do you think the problem is for Alter Ego this season?
I generally don't know, man. I feel like they have all the pieces for them. I really don't know. But for this week specifically, I just can't believe that the draft, at least for me, was pretty terrible, especially against RRQ.
Yeah, I agree.
You losing against RRQ is fine, especially if you're BTR. They're 4-0, I think.
My goats.
0-4 against RRQ, right? Or is 1-4? It's insane.
What do you mean?
No, like in the record in the regular season.
No. It's 3-2.
3-2?
3-2. Because the first leg BTR won.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah. What was that again?
You were at the drafts for
Alter
Ego versus
But
RRQ.
losing against RRQ with Kuroki on EXP lane is actually crazy, And KB also agreed with me as well. Once we go into the talent room after the match, I think Budeklara was asking us like, what about the draft? Like I said to Budeklara, like they were, RRQ was winning the draft hard in game number 1. KB also said it should have been 2-0 for RRQ, not even 2-1 for RRQ. So I don't understand the problem here for Alter Ego, especially how much they dominated in the game number 1. I think it's more RRQ messing it up most of the part, but you would expect them to continue that momentum to game number 2. I don't know about the main problem in the regular season for Alter Ego, to be honest.
I think for me, it's them trying to move out of the for the whole season. I think Alter Ego have been trying to build their own identity, like their new identity. Because M7, I think it got to them. The comments of, "Oh, you're only good on Freya. You're only good on these picks. You only go for those brawls," and I think it affected them. I think it affected them a lot, right? Because like, brother, man, if you have a certain strength in your lineup, you utilize it. You don't shy away from it. You don't go like, okay, let's prove these people wrong and play other heroes. And I think the entire season, that's been the case. Even against Bigetron in the first leg, their first match, right, of the season. Freya was open, they let it go. They give it a Bigetron. Bigetron pick it up. They're like, okay, what the hell? All right, we'll just pick the Freya. And then they lose, right? It started from there. That was when I was already like, why are they trying to like mold themselves into something that's not Alter Ego? You made it to M7 Grand Finals not by being SRG, not by being TLPH.
But I can see why they want to do that.
Yes, because also this season is so competitive. Don't you want to just play your strengths first? I think they identified that too late.
Yeah, they kind of underestimate the whole, I think, the power rankings of MPL Indonesia, you know, because they're the number 2 in the world de facto until now. Even when they're out of the playoffs, we can still say that they're the
until MSC.
Yeah, until MSC happens. That's why they were thinking of like we have a lot of margin for error, especially for a team of this caliber, right? You have Nino, you have Yazuki, which is insane on a Leo mode, or like early game execution is so crisp.
On the Fanny.
I like it's getting better and better, you know? And Hijume, I think Hijume is pretty good too. Sometimes
maybe shit.
Sometimes a bit too aggressive. And Arfi is just Arfi. So I can see why Zephyr you know, assuming it's true, he wants to experiment just a little bit before the playoff comes. He didn't expect this.
Right.
Give me a second. Let me just tap that. What's that? Like this. Oh.
We'll keep that in just for the non-filter, and also because I'm lazy. I don't want to edit it. Anyways, yeah, I think for me the problem is that like they're trying to shy away from it. I understand it as well. I'm like, if you want to be elite, you have to have multiple ways to win, right?
Like BTR did that.
Bigetron did that, yeah. But at the same time, that's what they ended up having to do anyways in the later parts of the regular season. See, that's why I don't like that, right? Like, because as long as you get wins, that should be the main priority. If you're trying to find a new way to play, you try it in scrims. Then you try it on stage, but you don't try it on stage half the time.
Do you think it's also because of the fact that ONIC is almost inevitable in MPL ID in a way? Because ONIC can play literally anything that they want to, and they be number 1 in MPL ID. They have all the weapons in the world.
Yeah.
You know, so they want to match up to that variety that ONIC brings to the table.
I guess. But I think it's a wrong way to look at it, right? Like, you don't have ONIC players. See, that's the thing. Play to the strengths of your players. If ONIC Philippines in M6 played the Ube strat, they would not make it.
That'd be stupid.
They would fucking get out of. They would be knocked out of Swiss, right? Play through your strengths, bro. Like that's all I can say. Even ONIC right now, ONIC Philippines, right? To just bring in the reference, how they play, they go back to the M6 style. Last season they didn't do too well, right? And it was because they tried different stuff. They tried Fredrin on King Kong. They were like, all right, let's go utility. Let's try this. That's not King Kong. Yeah. That's just not it. And it's the same right now when you put Arfi on a fucking Clint and a Yisun Shin Gold, bro. Like, what is going on here? And then you put Nino?
Huh?
No, Nino got all his picks. I think for the most part it's Arfi, dude. Because a big part of how they were able to dominate M7 was Arfi on picks that can, like, not even just Freya, Claude, right?
Granger.
We saw Obsidia, we saw Granger, yes. But just play around Arfi. Give him some time.
Makes sense.
Now let's talk about how this will impact Asian games, because this is, I think, the bigger issue right now. For now 2 seasons in a row, or 2 times in a row, we will have a no playoff team go and represent Indonesia to Asian games, SEA games, right? Whatever. What are your thoughts on that now? Like, I mean, yeah.
Okay. For all of the people that's bashing Zephyr right now,
yeah,
you gotta put yourself in Zephyr's position, okay? He is burdened with this responsibility of bringing Indonesia to gold in Asian games. And you also have to think that he still has to reach playoffs in MPL Indonesia. So the burden is just too much for him. The most convenient way you can go to is Alter Ego. And it's not like in PH, you see the post, right? They have Snap, Daiki as the head coach and also assistant coach. They have 3 support coaches, which is like, so what a bullshit fucking lineup, bro. Yeb, Arcadia, and Ducky. They're not even going for the gold. They're going for all 3 medals.
It's fucked.
That's fucked. And
It's
I think
fucked.
one of the reasons why they
So
put
good.
3 support coaches for that lineup is so they can mitigate some of the responsibilities that the regular season head coaches have to those coaches. Let me handle this, all these problems
Right.
for you for a while, at least until you get to the end of the regular season or end of the playoffs. That's literally your main focus. You can mitigate that to us, the people that have way more experience than you, to do that. But Zephyr does not have that. So
First time, yeah.
why would you go out of your way and take players that's not even in your team? Despite you, obviously, you might have better chance to win the Asian games, but it's too much of a hassle.
Yeah.
And your play is better than Suns, than Keyboy, as good as they are. So you can't really blame Sever for taking a full Alter Ego roster, man.
No. And I bring up this topic, and I know what the comments are going to be, right? The comments are going to be like, yeah, what the fuck, Indo's cooked. And to a certain extent, I agree. But again, like Cheffihn mentioned, I don't think it's because of Zephyr. I agree with that. I think it's something that we have to take in as like, this is a bigger problem, 2 times now, it's a complete whiff. And the thing is, what's crazy? I look at the Philippines again. And why do I keep on bringing the Philippines? Because they're the number 1 ref. They're winners, right? The winners set the tone, right? You have to kind of like follow in their way until you start doing your own thing. And we've tried doing our own thing. We tried doing All-Star. We tried
Literally
doing
everything.
full teams. We tried doing qualifiers. And now we're trying doing coach, you pick, right? But none of it has worked. But the ones that have worked the best were still the All-Star teams or the qualifier teams. So we have a track record that like, we have results that speak more than, all right, coach, do it. Because last season it was full TLID. They just picked it. This time they pick the coach. The coach can pick whoever, right? Our
Yeah.
ENC.
It's better now.
Yeah, it's, I don't know.
Compared to last season.
I think even then, if you want to do this, you have to give him the right amount of time. You don't do this in the middle of the regular season. You don't do this right before Asian games need to lock their roster. Right? Like, look at the Philippines. Now, again, bringing it back to that point, they already had an Asian Games qualifiers. I believe it was last year, right? And it was ONIC Philippines that won. And then the roster changed. Well, not, obviously, like the team roster changed. ONIC Philippines weren't at their prime anymore. So they decided to do another one, I believe, right?
I'm not sure if that's
They
true
did
or
another
not.
one, another C-Ball qualifier where TLPH won. Then they took TLPH plus Kelra. And then for ENC, they did another qualifier to see who's in form. You make your own teams, or I don't know how they did it, but we had TZ Brothers, Import Esports, blah, 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 for ENC. And we have TZ Brothers who came out on top. So it's like, even in the Philippines, they're like, oh my God, our national team is 3rd place in the league. Let's redo this, If they win again, then we'll do it. We'll give them the chance. But if not, we'll go with the number 1 of our qualifiers. TLPH wins, they go with that plus a mix of Kelra in.
Yeah. I
Like,
think
even for the number 1, they're not just like, okay, fuck it, you go. Fuck it, you go,
Yeah.
And for us, it's more of like an RNG game now because we're coming in late. Their qualifiers happened before Zephyr got chosen. We're only now getting into like, oh, this is our Asian games lineup. You know how long the gap is? Even ENC, we got PH ENC, PH Asian games before Zephyr was announced as a coach.
Do you
Like,
think
what the fuck?
it's all because of ABSE or
I think majority of like,
but-
for sure.
at the same time, I think there's got to be some kind of like resistance from the teams itself in MPL ID of like, we
Really?
want to do it this way because there's no way, right? You agree that so far, at least in the last 2 seasons, it's been a fuck up.
It's been fucked up, yes.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
So there's got to be some kind of reason on why they kept on doing this way. There's no way people are just that.
Okay. So I'd say maybe it's because it's super packed as well. There's always so many events going on.
There
that,
you
like,
go.
they can't
That's what I think, man.
qualifiers. But also, are the qualifiers that hard to do?
Same. And I don't
It
understand.
could have happened before MPL started.
like even if for example, let's assume that they want to get some money out of it. Having qualifiers streamed on YouTube, that would get a lot of attention from Indonesia, right?
Seaball as well. I mean, Seaball did it, and they didn't allow any restreamers.
Yeah.
Specifically so that, they could take revenue or whatever. And it worked. So, hey, I'd rather have that,
So, there
not
you go.
restreaming an event than...
All the reasons in the world to do that. All the reasons in the world to do a qualifier, to do any kind of all of that.
Yeah.
And they didn't do it.
And we're English casters, by the way. You're not going to get us anyway. So, just do it. We're not trying to, go, give us jobs. No. So, I agree. I think qualifiers still the best way to do it because EVOS won ISF. That's the only gold we've had for a national team. And that was through qualifiers. But even then, it was kind of botched, that qualifier. Bigetron won the qualifier, technically. And then
Did they?
Yeah.
I kind of forgot.
No, EVOS won the qualifier, but Bigetron won Piala Presiden at the
But they
time.
were literally in the same position, right? 7th, I think?
Yeah, but then... Yeah, they were in 7th, but at least it was through a qualifier. So then we know, capability-wise, they have proven themselves. Same with Bigetron ISF the next year when they got 2nd place. They have proven themselves. Sure, if they lose, whatever, but it's on them because they qualified, they played right. It's all up to them. So yeah, I think it's more on now ranting on our system and how it should be done.
Yeah.
So hopefully PBSC, they learn because they should know now by scrims, etc. If the team doesn't do well, maybe they can swap. But if it's already locked in, all we can do is support Alter Ego. That's it.
Yeah.
I agree with Cheffihn though. Why are we bashing Alter Ego? Why are we bashing their players and their coaching staff? They had technically so little time to prepare. And obviously, again, one coach, that's it. They have to pick a team. Zephyr, Alec, Nino,
Good luck, man.
Arfi, Yazuke, who am I missing? Sticks, Hijume,
Hell, Cole Delvin.
Cyrus, Codelwin. We support you, man. We know you can do it. You've shown to us. You've sold us dreams before. You beat TLPH and SRG in the lower bracket final. So I believe in them. That's all we can do if we don't have a revamp on the qualifier.
I guess the silver lining is just as always, they have more time to prepare now that the playoffs.
Exactly. You didn't make it a playoffs.
For them.
So again, Alter Ego are better when everybody thinks they're shit. So Alter Ego, you're shit. But for that, I'm saying that so that you get better. Let's go. W Alter Ego. Hopefully they do well, man. Again, unfortunate season. Now let's get into the playoff teams, brother. Ooh.
Oh my God.
One by one. Obviously starting with our 6th place that fucking failed to give us jobs today. Geek Fam. Why couldn't you get a 2-0, man?
Oh, man.
Oh my God, dude. Geek Fam, I hate you, but I love you because of Beloy.
Yeah.
All right, Geek Fam. Obviously, we got to ask the Geek Fam Unity. Thoughts right now as they barely scrape playoffs 2-1 against NAVI?
They're objectively right now, out of all the 6 teams in the playoffs, the worst out of all of them.
I think it's Cap. But we'll continue later. Yeah, I think
Really?
that's Cap because you say speak first. You speak first.
So are you thinking DEWA United is worse right now?
Yeah. Nice call. Nice one.
I can see why you would think that, but I just the first leg of DEWA United is that it's just that good. But we're gonna go talk about Geek Fam right now.
Right.
I'm worried, man. I think especially shout out to him. He's my boy. He's a boy, and
Wow.
like in the last match that they played against Navi, that Kimi pick, despite them winning it out really well, there's a reason why they picked up Kimi, right? If you're talking about all the other normal teams in MPL Indonesia, they would just easily pick the gourd.
Right.
So I'm kind of worried that a boy will be the Achilles heel that other teams will try to just nail down in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because so far, when you look at other mid laners of the teams that's available so far, a boy might be the least impactful out of all of them.
Yeah.
If he plays the usual meta game. So at the same time, maybe Geek Fam wants to go back and play just their own game. I'm kind of worried, like seriously, especially against DEWA United. I think there's a reason why they field Kane and also Kesu in the last match of the season. They might want to hide some stuff, but they ended up, go back to Dolan and who's the warmer again?
Kesu.
Oh, Moisa.
Oh, we went back to Mueza, yeah.
Yeah, Moisa again just to secure the victory.
Yep. So for me, Geek Fam, I agree with you. There are concerns. They are very, very weird at times, especially in the hero pool department, right? Because I think this is also a problem for Nazara. If it's not Suyo, Guinevere, Harley, there's a problem there.
Mm-hmm.
If he's on the box shot. Oh, Fredrin works too. Those 4 picks. Everything. Oh, actually, no, you know what? Nazara has a crazy hero pool. The Hayabusa as well, he does well. I think he'll probably do well on a Lancelot too. So the only problem is I don't want to see Nazara on a brain dead pick. I don't want to see Nazara on a
box
go
shot?
in. and tank for us.
Yeah.
Baksha, or there was another example, or a Fanny, just like go fight. Because it sounds weird to call Fanny brain dead, but the way they play it is like make the call, fight, done. When they play those heroes. So I want to see more of like, let Nazara do his thing. You make the call, he shouldn't be forced to follow the call. He should be, all right, I'll follow the call my own way. I'll wait, I'll be patient. Because look at the way he played Guinevere. Man, that game one was so good. Like, seriously.
Yeah, really good. But to be fair, the Fanny is only like maybe 2 sample size for
Exactly,
Nazara.
1.
So, 1?
1.
Oh, there you go.
So,
it failed, right?
It failed. That's why, like, but having that problem means that teams don't need to ban the Fanny. So, yeah, still got to bring it up.
Maybe, you throw a curveball in the playoffs. Turns out Nazara is a really good Fanny.
Exactly. So, that's why, like, we just got to mention it there. But I agree with a boy and maybe Kenziski. Hero pool is an issue for them because Marcel's complete, Beloyski's pretty complete, even though he does better on certain heroes. Nazara does better on certain heroes, but he's pretty complete. A boy is just like in season 15. Just like in season 15. Remember, playoff run. I remember having this conversation with you. He's good on Faramis, but Faramis wasn't meta. And the best pick at the time was Farsa. And he couldn't play Farsa.
He's not playing Farsa at all this season.
Exactly. And this time, like, look at the heroes that we see. Gord is like the modern day Farsa.
Jushin.
Jushin,
it feels like Geek Fam is forced to pick the Jushin, which is crazy, no?
Meta. Yeah. On Jushin, he's like 50-50. On Gord, no. That's why we see Kimi. That's why we see Lilia. That's why we see Faramis.
I think that's the best pick for our boy right now.
Lilia?
If we're considering the meta.
Lilia?
Yeah, the Lilia.
He went 0-2-0 against Navi, bro. So it's like, because some of these picks just don't make sense and they pick it up because that's your hero, it doesn't work. So yeah, he can do well on some of these picks, but it's back to like his old picks. Kimi Faramis, right? Those are the 2 picks that he shines on. So man. That's a problem for me. Kenziski, Claude.
The Claude is kind of iffy too, man. Like a lot of times there's like BMI forward, then just go back with the flicker for no reason at all.
What other pick would you give him aside from the Claude and maybe the Harith?
It's probably just the Granger again. If you want to play just standard and safe,
right?
That's the Granger.
But it's nothing really shines. He's just a weak side goal laner.
It is.
So that's why you go Claude. That's why you go Moskov, and then he shows the clit.
Fuck that.
So yeah, don't play strong side Kenzie. I think you have very strong jungle and very strong XP. It should be all in Marcel Nazara. If I was the coach, if I was Beloy right now, because he's the coach, Marcel Nazara, that's my boy.
Yeah.
Everybody else, fuck your matchups. As long as you're safe, as long as you can support Marcel Nazara, boom.
Yeah. And by the way, one small thing that I noticed in the later part of the season, I don't think Beloyski is the Hellcurt god anymore.
Yeah.
People are starting to willing to let that go. Like not even a single first face ban, second face ban for Beloyski, I believe.
Yeah, Navi did not ban it. No.
Yep. So that's also one thing that kind of like diminished Beloy's value.
I agree.
Next playoff.
I agree. Coming into it, it'll be very, very tough. And I think the screening heroes will be taken away from him. The Cho, the Kalea, the pick-off screening heroes. Kaja maybe even if they want to go for the combo.
Probably just going to settle for Hylos most of the part.
Gatot, Hylos, the good old, All right. So where would you rank Geek Fam in the tier list? There's S, A, B, and C.
Oh, man.
In the playoff tier list. This is the official power rankings for playoffs, technically.
Yeah, I'm sorry, C.
C.
I expect them to be day 1 elimination.
Not even Dark Horse? Sorry, because I'll add a Dark Horse.
No. But I would like to be proven wrong, as always. But thankfully, they're going to be up against a team that's not really doing so well right now.
Yeah. All right. Now, we'll move on first to EVOS, yeah? We'll get on to EVOS. EVOS. So thoughts on EVOS right now. They did just come off a loss against ONIC. And that loss was a very long loss. So they did do well in the late game, which has been their strong point. It's like the macro, right? They're very good at decision making. They're pretty good at lord dancing, blah, 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 blah. I guess I'll start here. EVOS look solid, but that's about it for me. They look solid, right? Like other than just being solid, I don't see anything else because initially when they first showed how slow they can play, that BH style, right? Few infected them. It was amazing. I was like, whoa, this team knows their win condition 100%. But then you look at their next match and it's like, do they know their 100%? Do they know their win conditions or are they just playing safe all the time in the early game? And I think I lean into playing safe now.
Really?
Yeah, against Navi, I think it was. They played in week 8, Navi, EVOS Navi, they played a Cho and a Hilda, and they gave all the neutral objectives. They were just trying to like wait for the power spike. And at that time, what power spike, right? Like EVOS, Navi would scale better with a Gord and a Harith. And in the game 2, it's a Farsa and a Harith. And they just would do nothing. They would just wait. They would just give all the neutral objectives. They would trade a bit here and there, but that's it. And like with an early game comp, you need to fight. With a late game comp, I understand why you play against like TLID that way. So I think now it's kind of like we want to do our own thing there. And then they win against DEWA. But again, it's them just leaning back to the Gord Kalea, right? They got the Kalea, they got the Gord, and it was amazing by few. So when they're all in form, that's cool. Yeah. Like they are in form. Thing is, in playoffs, I think it'll take more than just form. I think it'll take them being able to adapt. I hope it's just Coach Vin also saving strats. A lot of these drafts weren't that good. In the regular season, it was like 50-50. But I think for me, EVOS are coming into the playoffs kind of spooked. Especially because they're up against Bigetron. And I know I'm a Bigetron fan, so obviously take this with a little bit of salt because I'm biased. But Bigetron have beaten them in both legs. It seems like they know they have their number. And after a win against ONIC, I think I would rate Bigetron coming into playoffs as a pretty strong team.
That's crazy, actually. I just realized that they're up against Bigetron. I out of all the teams that from ONIC, I would probably trust EVOS the most in the playoffs. Sometimes
fair
playing it safe is what you really need to do in the playoffs. And on the opposing side, they also will try to play safe, right? So if you already have or if you already excel in that game, then I think you have that advantage. I think that's why I think I have EVOS so high in my tier list. Up there, probably just below ONIC. But unfortunately, they're gonna be up against Bigetron. The first thing that you need to do to beat your opponents is to not beat yourself first. I'm a full believer of that. Just don't make any mistakes. And EVOS so far, they don't want to make any mistakes at all. They're playing it super, strategically, very safely, and I like that. I think that's what you want to do in the playoffs. Maybe not in the grand finals.
Right.
That's where all the crazy picks, the adaptation will come through a lot more. But for EVOS in a best of 3, best of 5, like I'm taking them.
Wow. So you'd say, okay, where would you put EVOS in the power rankings?
Like A. Probably
A.
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I'd still put them in A2. I'm just saying all that because I have concerns for EVOS. But I agree. I think they're still pretty up there. I mean, considering there are a lot of teams that I wouldn't put in A. Again, we'll get to them in a bit. But yeah, EVOS at A.
And Albert, I forgot to mention him. Big game player as always.
Big game
playoffs.
Player. I agree.
He's always there carrying. I don't care if it's a Lancelot. Like even if EVOS don't know what to do, just give him the Lancelot, Suyo, or Yisun Shin. Anyone that can carry and also farm at the same time, you're in good hands.
That's true. And they have Erlan, my boy. So A tier for EVOS, but I disagree with that point. I don't think playing it safe is the best way to play in playoffs for elite teams, right? And it's been that way in the past because we've had dog shit teams in playoffs.
Yeah. How many teams are elite though in Indonesia?
Right now?
I think
ONIC, for sure. We don't need to count them. I think Team Liquid are pretty elite right now. I think Bigetron are pretty elite. And I think EVOS.
So here's the thing. Indonesian teams, when they're good, they're really, really good.
Yeah.
BTR, when they're playing good, like it looks like they're the number 1 seed over ONIC.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm leaning more towards if you're playing it safe, then you just gotta wait for the opponent's mistakes, and that's been happening over and over again in the regular season even.
But BTR don't rely on mistakes for ONIC, no? They're like they push the tempo.
For ONIC specifically, and maybe
right.
EVOS.
And EVOS. Yeah. So when it comes to that, I'll take the team that is willing to take the risk. And for the longest time, that's been the sign of an elite team, right? If you played safe, I've never been a fan of that. Even in the Blacklist days, that's why I wasn't a Blacklist fan,
Haram ball.
Yeah, it's literally haram ball. It's actually, you're right. It's Mourinho counterattack bullshit. Utter woke nonsense is what we call in football. It's Arsenal shit, But yeah, EVOS, I'd still put them in A. Let's move on to the next team, which is my GOATs. Bigetron. I guess. You want to start on Bigetron, my GOATs?
We've been through this before, man. Bit too much. Number 1 in the regular season, number 1 seed.
But they're not number 1 now.
It's crazy. Do you know what's crazy? In the regular season, they only have 2 winning record against other teams. It's ONIC and EVOS, and they're gonna be up against EVOS, then ONIC. So there you go. If there is a sliver of hope for all of you Biget Troopers out there, if there's even one right now, if you're still coping for a play of brilliance for Bigetron, then there you go. That's the thing that you want to hold on to.
I'll be completely honest now, right? I'm trying my best here to just be. I am biased, by the way. I am biased, and this is why I come to this conclusion. They are B tier.
BTR?
BTR. They're B tier as well in the tier list. Why? At sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit, right?
Yeah,
when they're good, huh?
Finally, we can
say it on broadcast. Not on broadcast, but on stream. Yeah. They are the best team in Indo. And I don't even think it's a stretch. I don't even think it's crazy to say when they are playing good. They beat ONIC twice. They beat EVOS. They look so good in the matches they win. But when they are shit, oh God. Oh Lord, they're giga dog shit, bro. They're so fucking... It's not even like a metaphor. They're literally feces, bro. When they play bad. When they draft bad. The inconsistency of Bigetron just forces me to put them in B. There's no way I can put them higher. If possible, maybe Dark Horse. Ooh. I would put BTR at Dark Horse because you flip the coin. Which Bigetron are you gonna get? You're gonna get feces or you're gonna get the best team in the world?
But again, like from historically in the regular season, right now it's EVOS versus ONIC. That's why I disagree on a B part. I think the highest that they've shown, despite all the inconsistencies, they're up against ONIC versus EVOS. The two teams that really like to play. So I'm gonna put them at the A tier. Maybe like A minus, AB,
Okay. So do we agree on like Dark Horse or A? You still A?
A. And I think the mental edge of Nile is always a value when it comes to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, mental edge. I mean, the thing is, the mental edge when he was before he joined BTR. When he joined BTR, the playoffs seemed the same way last season. So again, the whole mental thing, I hope they really fix it. Just out of pure cope, I hope the lose streak was the playoff arc. I hope now they're back to the regular season arc, even for playoffs. So yeah, I just really hope that the drafts, they don't overthink it because the way they've been drafting, I think very, very good. They just go with the simple answer now. It's not, we're trying to like giga brain our minds, Kufra pick, whoa, Hilda Khalid. No, it's just, okay, what works? Fanny? All right, we pick up Fanny. Do we go Valier here because all of them are range, like low range? Yeah, let's pick up Valier. We go Claude because it's Prio. Boom. We go Gatot because we see a Kalea. Boom. So simple. Keep it simple, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. Theo Nile, K Dot. Keep it fucking simple, bro. I swear to fucking God, if you fucking choke this again, man.
And in terms of talent, they are easily like not even a close is the second to ONIC.
Yeah. Again, reference, TLPH, best team in the world. What do? Do they pick up bullshit picks? Do they go for woke nonsense? No, all right? So shut the fuck up, sit down, and stop picking these bullshit picks.
Yeah, I think all the coverall is also a bit too bored about the Claude pick by now.
Yeah, it's okay though. It wins.
They're winning.
Teddy, when he's asked by Carl and Snap to pick Claude the 90th time, he's like, fuck.
It's like Russian Jushin.
Yeah, he's like, fuck. But hey, you want to win a championship or not? Shut up and sit down, all right? Okay, now let's move on to the next team.
Damn.
DEWA United. I think, hot take, they might be the worst team in playoffs right now. And it's because of recent form. I think it's not even crazy to say because recent form, they're so bad. They lost to the Chokers, BTR. They almost lost to RRQ with Kuroki. And yes, they did try to play with Kane and Kesu, sure. But even when they played with Mueza, it was very shaky, bro. It was very shaky. And Dolin's form, oh my God.
I can't believe it. Like,
it's crazy. First 4 weeks, top 2, maybe.
Yeah, top 2 easily for me.
Next 6 weeks, what? Who is this player? Is this, huh?
I don't know, man. I don't know what happened with DEWA United. I wouldn't even say that they got read out because it's so hard to read Coach Wright's draft either, right? I think it's just purely execution. And Dolin, I really believe this. In leg number 1, I'm not saying he's the better player. He's a more important member for DEWA United than Kyrie is for ONIC. I would go that far. He's a top 2 jungler in ID in leg number 1. But leg number 2, Dolin is just like, where's the leg 1 Dolin? It's gone. It's really gone. I think the only one that's been constant for DEWA United has been Ken. As always.
Yeah, I agree. I think right now, I disagree with the point that they have been read out. Because I think they have been read out. Right now, their main playmaker is Kin. And everybody just bans him. Arlet ban, Phoveus ban, or a Phoveus counter, as we saw from BTR, right, when they beat DEWA.
I mean, ain't that the same in the leg number 1? Phoveus and Arlet has been banned for Kin, no?
In the first leg, Arlet was always left open. People always thought they could just beat the Arlet. That in most of their wins where it looked impressive, he still got his Arlet. He still got his Phoveus. He still got these picks. But
Yeah.
now, when you take away the Arlet Phobias, it seems like he just doesn't. He's not kin.
Even the Terizla.
Even a Terizla. Like on the Terizla, well, it's a Terizla,
Yeah.
right? You ult, that's it. You're just there. So you can't really make the plays. And then you would see him on Alice, right? And it's the same. It's like one ult bang, and then you're just Uranus. But hotter.
That's why he's so adamant on picking the Valentina. Not because
Yeah.
maybe it's the most meta pick or the best pick in the game
wants
right now,
something to
but
do
the
something.
ceiling just elevates DEWA United so much.
Yeah.
I think right now it's just Phobius, Arlet, or Valentina for Ken.
Yeah, but that's cooked.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we'll see some like crazy stuff like Joy XP in playoffs for DEWA.
Chushin
But
XP.
Juicing XP, but
Nah.
I don't know. Dolan's out of form. Octa is like back to normal. Doesn't really do anything crazy. Mueza is like same as well. Maybe he's been losing out in lane and he hasn't been like playing weak side that well. It's
Ever
just
since
like
the Kelra game, I think.
yeah, ever since the Kelra game. After he got completely gapped, he's like, holy shit, there are levels to this game maybe, and Kelra took his soul or something. But I think DEWA would be C2, right next to Geek Fam.
Yeah.
Yeah, you agree?
Yeah, but the difference is I think Geek Fam is a more C lower
Wow.
than you put.
I think Geek Fam
DEWA
are a
low,
bit
right?
better because they have more complete carries. Nazara and
yeah.
Marcel have more heroes that they do well on compared to Kin.
I do trust Nazara more than Dolan at this point.
Yeah, and I
You
trust
know?
Marcel more than Kin in heroes. When
In
Kin
heroes,
gets
yeah.
Arlet Phobius, Kin. I just put everything on Kin. But when he doesn't, and it's like up to the
Like,
heroes.
yeah, it's not even Kin is playing a bad Terizla, playing a bad
No.
Alice at all. He's amazing at those.
Yeah, but he needs to be fantastic for the team to win. See,
Mm.
that's the thing. He needs to be the carry, the guy. He needs to be him. So, yeah. C for DEWA, yeah?
Mhm.
Now we get to Team Liquid ID.
Oh, shit.
Team Liquid ID, bro. I guess I'll start because I got the jersey. Thank you so much, Dan San. And if you guys want to get the merch, teamliquidapparel.id and follow Dan San, I guess, maybe give him a plug. I have to say, I apologize, man. I'm very sorry. I thought this team would be 9th place. Everybody. We even played the clip. Every team in MPL ID, all their players said in their power rankings with KB, no playoffs, no playoffs, no playoffs. 9th place, 9th place, 9th place. Honjao, I don't know
Oh, shit.
how you draft this way, but I think out of everything in this team, the thing that stands out to me the most is Honjao and his drafts. I love it. It's so simple.
Yeah.
All the way from
Yeah.
the start. See, look at this. You
He never
play
goes
simple.
out of the box.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't know. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Why are you trying to break the box? The meta is set like this, right? We have a meta. We have a specific meta. It doesn't stay like this forever. You don't need to step out of the box. It only stays like this for a period of time until we get the next patch. Then you have to find the next best thing. So why are you trying to find something that's Giga 200 IQ Chad?
Yeah.
Look at the championships that people have won. Echo, did they play in the World Championship? Did they win with a fucking bullshit pick? No, they went Fredrin on Carl. They went Cho on Yaoi, right? You go to every single one and you see these bullshit picks and you see them lose. Look at Aurora. Did they try to break the boss? Let's try to beat the Freya. Ooga booga. Ban the fucking Freya, right? SRG TLPH, they went Ooga booga for some reason. And they're like, let's try to beat the Freya, folks.
Yeah.
Utter woke nonsense. TLID are Giga Chads. They are Sigma males. They're just, put in the Giga Chad face. That's them right now. They don't need to go with like any gimmicks. The only gimmick they would have is like
Aran.
Glue Roam, I guess, like maybe Chip.
I mean-
But it's not a gimmick, it's more like the strength of the players, right? Aran? Why would you say Aran?
Like the Badangs and all that. That's the only time they're going out of the
Benedetta,
box.
Badang,
Yeah.
sure. I don't like that. But they lose with
They
that,
lose,
right?
yeah.
So it's like simplicity is key. And I think there's no other team that does it best, that does it better, than Team Liquid ID.
Yeah, I also got something to apologize for. I'm not apologizing for putting them 9th in the prediction. I think that's also for literally anyone else in the whole entire Indonesia. If you tell me that TLID will be in this position, especially even make it to the playoffs, then I would say you're crazy. But where was I earlier? Yeah, you just
playoffs.
mentioned Honja, right? I just
Honja.
realized, bro. Like you asked me a question of like who's gonna be the coach of the season, right?
Honjao.
Yeah. You said Chewe
Yeah.
in
But
the time we
That's why. Like after reviewing the games and looking at the standings, I was like, you know what? I think it's Honjao. Yeah.
Yeah, and also I apologize for I thought you were actually frauds. I thought you were gonna be just
Same.
a glue
Same. Sorry.
glue chip merchant.
Same.
I said it
Sorry.
immediately. Like the first game that they lose this season was Geek Fam.
Yeah.
I said before the broadcast, ban the chip, ban the glue, and they lost.
Same.
And they lost 3 games in a row.
They
after
did.
that.
They had to refigure. They had to like figure out things.
I think they gotta really be happy about the Gord being in the meta right now because Twitchell has been really amazing, and that expands a
Twitchell.
lot for TLID, man. Like if that's a strength for Twitchell, it also leaves some pressure from both not Kyo, Kevin and Leone.
Yeah.
They have their own signature picks now. They can pick whatever they want.
And even Aran, because like you can't give them Freya. The flex potential is ridiculous. When Kyo plays Freya, none of them actually stand out as like, whoa, they're so good individually.
It's not the old TLID season 14.
Exactly. It's the complete opposite, bro. It's crazy to see, but one guy still stays there. It's still Aran, bro. Man, I love this team, actually. Like, genuinely, I love it because it's so simple.
Yeah.
You see Kyo, do you see Aaron season 14? No. You see someone that can go like for crazy plays and win the game? No. Do you see Kevin doing the same thing? No. He just builds leads. Leone is the guy that maybe would be like the real. It's the opposite in every role right now. Like Weedy was the guy who's chill. Now it's like Leone who's the guy who's going crazy.
Yeah.
Dritchell though, my God. I think now the Ghost of Jakarta is a mantle passed down, bro, because it's not. Yehezkiel, we thought, okay, maybe Yehezkiel's style is that way. Dritchell plays the same way, and it's exactly the same where you're like, wow, everybody's doing good. Oh, Kevin the Jote, Aran. And you look at the stats, you're wait, damage dealt number 1, Dritchell. Most assists, Dritchell. Most kills, Dritchell. I think if we had CC duration, Dritchell with the gourd.
Yeah.
Lethal on those heroes. But what's crazy is, even when he has to play the Juicid, he walks up. He doesn't play it safe like Yehezkiel back in the day. He ults forward, right? He makes the risky play, and it's like, wow, I'm so impressed by these guys. Dritchell is my favorite player on the team.
Also, personality-wise.
He's so blunt.
Blunt and also nonchalant at the same time.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, they're bad. Every mid laner is the same. And he gets hate for it because, again, in Indonesia, people want you to be a little pussy bitch, all right? If you want to be, if you want to have fans in Indo, be a little pussy ass bitch who don't want to answer questions, okay? Dritchell, you're my boy. Nazara, you're my boy. These guys who have personality on stage, you guys are my goats. That's why I always DM them. Aran, Aaron, Shiki. I love you guys. For all the pussy ass bitches, keep doing you, all right? But I love it when these players shine.
Yeah.
Rins, good example as well. Back in the day, he's like, man. ONIC aren't good. We just made mistakes. Mentality. You need to have the mentality. I don't care if you like it or you dislike it. You have to acknowledge if you have ever competed in your life for anything, any sport, anything, any competition, you have to think you're the best. If you don't think you're the best, get the fuck out of the competition. You're a pussy ass little bitch.
Yeah, that's why Niles is so valued in MPLID, man. That mental edge. Yeah. Like, I don't know if the players want to admit this. If you ask them, like, a lot of players in MPL Indonesia, I think when they're up against ONIC, some of them don't even believe that they can win.
And that's why they lose.
Yeah. That's why Nile can just beat down ONIC 2 times in the regular season. That's why.
Yeah.
Back to TLID though. Do you think, do you agree with my take? I think TLID is just a better version of EVOS. I think in terms of...
I disagree.
Knowing WinCon.
I think they have a better... I think they are... Yeah, they are better at understanding their WinCon. But again, as I said, EVOs aren't really like... They understand their WinCon. They're
not risk takers.
They're just safe.
That's the only difference, right?
Yeah.
TLID wants to take risks much more than EVOS.
Exactly.
But in terms of like objective games and all that stuff, I think TLID is also better than EVOS.
Yeah. And they build the comp that fits that bill, right? Go Fredrin, go Leo Moore, go whatever for Kevin the Joe, just secure retries.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy with Twitchell too. It's just like the skill heroes, the one that can outrange people.
Yeah. It's just a simple, good-ass team.
Yeah.
All right. Last but where do we rank them? I think highest A tier because you just can't be on the same tier as ONIC. ONIC are too complete.
Same.
You know? The only team can be ONIC is Bigetron and Geek Fam for some reason. But again, it's when Nazara and Marcel perform. Chan, I'm telling you, Geek Fam can go for a crazy run this season. ONIC. What is there to say about this team?
I don't think they got any weaknesses, man.
They do. They do have weaknesses. I think they were exposed a couple of times by Geek Fam, by Bigetron. When they pick up heroes like, well, honestly, against BTR.
It's barely a weakness, though.
No. You have to look at the bans, bro. BTR banned out the Harley, right? Holy shit, you're right. There's no weakness. Actually, wait. Holy moly. ONIC's weaknesses are themselves, I guess. Sometimes they can go for like picks that are just weird, right? Like out of the ordinary, just ONIC. But
I think if you want to bid ONIC, it all comes down to like the the battle of the elite teams usually
You
comes
have
to
to
the
be
mental
better.
game, right?
Yeah.
Like you wanna try to make those 200 IQ plays, and I think BTR was incredibly successful, especially in that last skirmish, I believe, where ONIC got a kill, I think, towards Shogun. Then they're purely playing on instincts. I guess that's the only weakness that they have. So BTR was able to capitalize. But even then, mostly when they're playing with instincts, they've been very, very successful.
Yeah. There's not much to say
Yeah,
about ONIC. There's really not much to say. I guess that's it. Like, they are still an instinctual team in drafts as well. Because, fun little fact, CW drafts in the same way as Yeb, but not as clean, right? So there are still things that he can forget. Because, again, unlike Adi, unlike a lot of the other coaches, they don't bring notes to the stage. They just improvise. That's the thing about ONIC. And yeah, I really just feel like CW, I mean, it's his first season. I don't want to this is not bash, by the way. I just want to say, and I think this isn't a hot take or anything, but he's just like a Yeb that hasn't matured yet. He's not like a full Yeb, right? Like right now, it's still early CW head coach season. So there are going to be mistakes. Yeah. There's bound to be mistakes. And I think mistakes happen against Bigetron 2 times in the regular season. They let go of the Freya.
Yeah.
They pick it up, right? And they got outplayed by it. And then the thing is, they can't flex it. I think right now the problem for ONIC is they have to ban the Freya, whether they're on blue or red, because they can't flex it. It's the opposite of other teams. When sometimes you see people can't play it in gold, right? For ONIC, they can't play it in XP.
Do you really believe that Ludwig cannot play the Freya?
Yeah.
Damn. I disagree. Like I generally think an org as good as ONIC for the longest time, they have all the things that they needed to be able to shine in those picks, man. I think Ludwig has those, but hasn't shown it yet.
But why would you? I guess towards the
because
end,
it's better for Kelra to play it.
But then the thing is, like, they just let it go so many times. They by banning it on blue side. You know what I'm saying? Like if that was the case, then they would still be the ones letting it go and being like, all right, let's go.
That's a fair point.
That's the thing. That's why, because all their other picks happen in that way where, okay, let it, Fanny, for example, right?
Yeah.
Let it go. We can beat the Fanny. And if they let it go, we will cook them with Kyrie, right? With Freya, it's like, yes, Kelra is amazing on it. Again, I disagree with people saying the Freya pick was bad. I just want to mention it earlier because like those are the things that people can criticize. Yeah, because Kelra can play Fanny. It was just they were countered, right? BTR picked a very good composition as well, and they couldn't build a full comp for the Freya. Anyways, the Freya pick, they don't flex it. The glue pick they can flex. The other picks they can show here and there, right? Even against EVOS, they flexed the glue, I believe. Yeah. And then they picked up the Paquito or something, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. And then the Uranus, blah, blah, etc. It comes in.
Yeah, I refuse to believe that Ludwig cannot play the Freya. He played Paquito, he played Pineda, he played literally everything. There's no evidence, but it's just purely based on like.
Yeah. Well, then I'll play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I will not believe that he can play every hero at that same level, right? Like if you think that he can play all those heroes, I think because like I don't doubt that he can play the Freya,
for sure.
I'm talking this level, the level where you can flex it, right? So yeah, that's for me. But either way, this is just nitpick. We're just nitpicking. We're just trying to find a way to talk about ONIC, to criticize them. But in reality, there's not much. That's why we have to really like specify on that little small detail that, maybe they can't flex the Freya. But everything else is, I mean, they're S tier. They're number 1. That's it. That's the...
Not close. Heads above the rest.
Yeah.
Most consistent out of all of them.
Probably going to get a 4-peat or something, right? Like 15, 16.
Probably.
Third 3-peat.
You mean most likely?
Oh.
What?
The team that these guys helped.
Oh, okay. Sure, buddy.
That's just cope. All right. Now, that's it for all the teams. I want to ask you top 3 for every role, Cheffihn. So, this is your opinion, all right? I won't come in because I've already spoken about...
Oh.
Yeah, so it's just your
That's not
top
fun.
3. Okay, sure. I'll join.
Okay.
XP lane.
It's easier, I think, right? I'm not going to include anyone that's outside of the playoffs. You know, it's Kin, Shogun, and Lutpi. That's it.
Kin number 1 still.
Oh, in order?
In order, yes. Number 1, 2, 3.
Shit, man. I mean, Kin is really dependent on like the heroes that he's going to play.
That's why.
I would even say that Shogun is a bit more valuable right now.
I agree, brother. God damn. I thought it was just me because I'm biased, but I agree. I think Shogun number 1.
Yeah. Maybe it's also because of the recency bias against ONIC that
Right.
he played amazing. Was the MVP Nile of the game or in the match?
Yeah, Nile.
I think it's Shogun, bro.
Shogun did very well, yes. On the
I
Uranus
have
as well.
some kind of like EXP bias.
Yeah.
But
But he did well. I can't
Yeah.
deny it. On the Phobius, he was amazing. On the Uranus, he was fantastic.
But I guess then Kin, then Lutpi.
Wow. I would say Lutpi Kid.
Yeah, I expect that because
The hero, man.
it feels like Lutpi is just getting outshined. That's it.
Yeah.
For other members.
He's still very, very good. Very
Yeah,
good.
I can take that.
Yeah. So for me, it's Shogun, Lutpi, Kin. For you, it's Kin. Shogun, Kin,
Kin,
Lutpi. Jungle.
This is tough.
This is so tough because Kevin's performing.
It's
Niall's
just insane,
performing,
actually.
But Dolan's out. And Nazara is so good too, bro.
I wouldn't even say, excluding Dolan is fair too, because how good he is in the like number 1.
Yeah, but we're sure.
Are
you
we
can add it
just
in.
going by week 9 or
No. This is like
the whole regular season?
well, no, just like coming to playoffs. Who are the best 3?
Oh, Albert Kyrie, that's 1 too.
Albert number 1.
Yeah. Do you agree?
I agree, but
Okay.
apparently it's a hot take. But yeah,
Shit, man.
I think Albert Kyrie. Because I'm biased, I will say Niall for 3. Big game player, fantastic mental. Can be number 1 if he just tones it down a bit.
I think it's either Kevin or Nazara for me.
Ooh, so you gotta choose which one, bro. Your boy or Kevin?
I'm just gonna say biased Nazara.
Nazara.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Yeah. Fair. I got my end jungler. He got his end jungler.
I think Kevin is a bit too structured, systemized, I
Yeah.
guess.
And again, it's not a diss to TLID because their team just works
Yeah.
as a unit. It's
Yeah.
not individual. It's crazy that we didn't put Aran, by the way. But yes,
That's reality.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mid lane.
Sans. Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah.
You know what? Drichel Moreno.
Wow. No, that's crazy, bro. What the fuck? Seriously?
What's
Drichel
your-
number 1?
No. Sans Drichel Moreno.
Oh,
okay.
Sans Drichel Moreno. Okay. Hot take. I can't put Moreno over Sans. I can. It's my video. Moreno 1. Sans 2. Drichel. Dude, I'm sorry, man. Like, obviously I'm biased. That's why you asked for my opinion. It's my opinion, bro. This season, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong this season. Tell me who has the head-to-head. 2-0.
Okay, that's kind of unfair.
Who has the head-to-head 2-0, right? Like, who beat ONIC twice? The Maestro. Do you not
like?
Oh, by the way, player of the match was not Niall. It was Moreno, I believe.
Oh, really?
Moreno. And you have to remember how Moreno played in that. You remember the Valentina steal, the Terizla, the move, and then the Valir catching Kai, and then the juice in. Oh, yo.
I like
come on.
consistencies. Okay, I like consistency.
And Moreno's consistent, bro. Even through the Bigetron chokes, he's the only guy with Eman.
But at
who
least,
stays.
but he was losing.
Bro, what do you mean? What do you mean? That's the like that means okay. So you're saying, no, man, no, he's still individually great. Kin, you put Kin up there. He lost a lot of games. You put Shogun, he lost as well.
Dude, like it's not even like I hate Moreno or anything. I hate Bigetron or everything. You heard me like saying Moreno was the best mid laner. I think it was like coming into week 6. You know, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a hot take, but after that, I don't know, man. Maybe recency bias towards Suns too. Despite all the 2-0 by Bigetron.
2-0 head-to-head.
And also the name buff. The name buff.
The name buff. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to trust the Maestro for this one. Obviously biased, but you know, yeah. Now we go to Rome. Oh, Rome is kind of tough, actually. Leone.
I think Rome is one of the...
Leone number 1.
It's not the role that's like, wow, right, this season.
Leone number 1 for me, though.
Yeah. But Leone at one point was MVP of the regular season for me.
Yeah.
At one point, okay.
At one point, I agree.
I guess Leone, Keyboy, and... Hey, this is tough, man.
I think it's Finn. Leone, Keyboy, Finn.
That's the first thing that came to mind. That's
Right.
I don't know if that's a bad thing or not.
Finn the human, bro. What do you mean if it's a bad thing, right? The other roamers are...
Because Key was so much clutch, bro.
Ooh.
Key is so clutch. Isn't it crazy that we're not really considering Beloski at all?
I don't think it's crazy. I think that this season has been
No,
tough
it's
on him.
it's like Beloski, bro. Like
That's
again,
true,
the name
that's true.
buff, and he's not even top 3 consideration.
That's true, but it's just, yeah, I guess reality right now.
The only Keyboy and
Finn. I'm going to put Finn there, I think.
yeah, I think Finn first.
Yeah. But Key, XBTR, by the way, my goat as well. Yeah. Now, gold lane.
Don't even try.
Emma
Don't even
number
try.
1.
Don't even try.
Eman number 1.
Okay.
Kelra number 2 for me. Number 3.
Erlan?
Erlan. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Erlan.
Just slight change. Kalra, Eman, then Erlan.
Damn. So I have 3 BTRs at number 1. That's fucking biased as fuck. Shogun, Moreno, Eman.
I don't think Shogun is biased, bro.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair. Moreno, Eman. You think it's not biased though? Like, come on. Do you not see how good they are when they get simple picks? Like, Eman with no Yusun Shin bullshit, with no like random bullshit. Look at him, bro. I'm so proud.
It's
of this
just
guy.
like
I'm so
I
happy.
don't remember a single time where Kalra is like, holy shit, he's playing like shit.
No, of course.
I don't think I've
And
ever.
you remember that for Eman.
Yeah,
But on what pick? If you mind.
but I think I mean like you can still blame him.
Yeah, that's true. But like, it's like more of like, I don't know, who has a 2-0 record? You know, just that's my thing now, bro. Give me the beat ONIC trophy.
Damn.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, that's why it's fun. We have different opinions. That's it. Coaching staff this season. TLID.
Hanjiao.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hongjiao. I agree.
I don't think it's close. Maybe in
CW.
terms of like
CW
it's
is
close in
close,
terms
it's
of like
close.
record, but
CW is probably going to
with
win it, by the way.
Yeah, unfortunately,
It's a name buff.
not unfortunately.
Okay, realistically, people are going to vote for ONIC,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
And also for first team, Sans will probably win.
Yeah,
Lutfi will
Keyboy.
it'll probably be the full ONIC team. I'm not even
Mhm.
joking.
Except, do you think Lutfi will get in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. You really think people are going to vote Shogun?
If
Nah, come on. Be real. Be real. They're not voting.
we've been through this before.
There's a higher chance they pick Kin over Shogun even. Like Lutfi Kin, they'll forget about Shogun.
What do you think about this? The problem though. This problem.
The what?
This problem. I think media also has a vote on this, right?
Yeah. I mean, I disagree with media a lot of times, man. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's whatever, you know?
And I mean, do you think it's their job to literally keep up with literally every game?
I guess.
Yeah, it's gotta be full ONIC probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
it'll
But I would
probably
be
be
happy if
full.
it's not.
I'll be happy if, Shogun gets in, if maybe Kin gets in. I'd be happy with that.
Again, no diss to CW. He's doing amazing, especially
Yeah.
as a head coach for the first season. But Hanjiao with the
With
ingredients that he has.
With the tools that he have. Yeah, that he
know,
has. Yeah.
Back then, when Aldo was coaching Bigetron, I think he was 3 seed, and I voted him for coaching staff of the season, despite ONIC, I think, been almost undefeated or something.
I agree.
I told him because, like, you're working with these people, man.
Yeah, they definitely have. I mean, everybody has weaker components than ONIC, all right? So that's not even a hot take. So yeah, that's it. Hey, final message, Cheffihn, before we end the video.
Man. I guess just hopefully we get a better playoff this time.
Does that mean ONIC not winning?
I don't know if I want to say it here. I always say it in the broadcast. I've always been super, super harsh against ONIC.
Yeah.
If you wish ONIC for their downfall, I don't think it's morally wrong because they don't care, bro. They're still gonna win anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just how the reality of it.
That's true. Well, that's it.
Yeah, I can't really give out a heartwarming, heartfelt message like Arashi.
Arashi. Yeah.
That's top tier, man. That's
Top tier. W Arashi.
W Arashi.
For me, it's F you soy boys. I hope we get more personality like Nazara and Drichel over Safe. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Week 9 has ended. Season 17 has ended. The best regular season of all time. You think so, actually?
I think so.
Maybe it would have been
Except
a bit
for
better
ONIC.
with the tiebreaker. But yeah, best regular season of all time because Bigetron beat ONIC twice. So you know who the best team is. GG's. Geek Fam beat BTR. ONIC too. Come on, man. Like, you're the only other team. That's
yeah.
3 losses, and that's from BTR and Geek.
But I don't think they're gonna beat him again.
BTR and Geek. There you go, right? And beating ONIC. So hopefully, hopefully playoffs is great. I'll see you guys for the MPLPH playoffs watch party, and I'll see you guys in MPLID playoffs 10th to 14th of June for MPLID. Peace out.